Imagine a rifle that marries brute force with elegant precision. The HAMR Brahminy is a legendary sniper rifle, not cobbled together from scrap, but engineered with a chillingly efficient purpose. Its sleek, almost organic contours suggest it was grown rather than manufactured, perhaps from some alien alloy or biomechanical composite. It's too clean, too perfect, to be purely human-made in a post-apocalyptic world. What truly sets the HAMR Brahminy apart is its infamous bounce mechanic. This isn't your average bullet. When a round from the Brahminy strikes an enemy, it doesn't simply stop there. Instead, with a sinister whir and a faint ripple of energy, the bullet ricochets, seeking out another target within a deadly radius. This bounce isn't random. The weapon's inherent intelligence prioritizes enemies with higher health, making it a terrifying tool for clearing out hordes of mutated creatures or devastating grouped human opponents. The visual signature of the HAMR Brahminy's bounce is mesmerizing and terrifying. A single, high-velocity projectile that seems to dance through the air. Each ricochet carries a significant portion of the original shot's damage, turning a single precise hit into a multi-target execution. Wielding the HAMR Brahminy, it is less like firing a gun and more like conducting a symphony of destruction. Its advanced optics provide unparalleled clarity, often featuring a subtle, adaptive overlay that highlights potential bounce trajectories before the shot is even fired. The recoil is minimized through advanced dampening systems, allowing for rapid follow-up shots that defy the weapon's immense power. For the Brahminy, this isn't just a weapon, it's a statement. It embodies their philosophy of efficiency, their connection to superior technology, and their chilling ability to control the chaos of the world. The HAMR Brahminy is the ultimate long-range solution, turning clustered enemies into a single, devastating target practice. Hi, I am White Reaper, and in this video I will present you the ultimate guide on HAMR Brahminy build. Brahminy weapon features: 75% chance to trigger bounce on hit and 35% versus players. Bounce +2. Hitting the environment can also trigger bounce, but bouncing from the environment will decrease the bounce damage by 30% and 95% against players. And bounce have priority on weak spot by 100%. This means that the bounce will hit the weak spot if the enemy has such a thing. Now let's see what effects bounce has. Bounce to hit an enemy within 15 meters radius, then bounce again. Each bounce deals damage equal to 40% of weapon damage. If no target is available, bounce to the environment. The effect is non-elemental. The additional damage can crit, strike weak spots, and will decay with distance. This means the closer the targets are to each other, the better is the bounce damage. We will use Sharp Blade Pants Key Armor for +1 bounce trigger count and multi-bounce mode on Brahminy with bounce suffix. The reason we do this is because multi-bounce is calculated on trigger chance, and you now have enough trigger chance to benefit at maximum from the multi-bounce mode. Brahminy calibration. Rapid shot style with 2 critical rate as secondary attributes. This is for a critical build, and for weak spot build 2 times weak spot damage. Or you can use frugal style calibration, either 2 times critical rate for critical build or 2 times weak spot damage for weak spot build. As for the secondary weapon, there are 3 options. First, the Wildfire Pistol, which has a 60% chance to apply bullseye when you shoot an enemy, and also has an 80% chance to spread the bullseye to one more enemy who is within a maximum distance of 15 meters. The second option is Recurve Crossbow, with which when you hit a weak spot with this weapon, it will apply bullseye, which will cause all weapons to have a 15% higher critical rate. The effect only works once every 15 seconds on the same target. This weapon is good if you don't like to switch weapons too much. Now the third option, and my favorite one, Bingo Sniper Rifle. Weapon features: 70% chance to trigger bullseye on a weak spot hit. After switching to Bingo, the first hit will apply bullseye. And if you want to increase your weak spot damage, shot the target 3 times first with this weapon, and you will have 45% more weak spot damage for 10 seconds. The best calibration for Bingo is rapid shot style. Let's see what the bullseye does. Highlight marked target will be outlined and suffer from vulnerability +8% for 12 seconds. As a mod for the second weapon, we will use Vulnerability Amplifier. With this we will increase the vulnerability of the bullseye by another 8%. Accessories on Brahminy: muzzle, large break; optical, mid-range optic; tactics, tactical laser sight; magazine, tactical SR mag. With these accessories we increase accuracy and mobility. As melee weapon we use kukri. Weapon features: defeating a target grants all weapons attack plus 30% and critical rate plus 15% for 10 seconds. When defeating an enemy with a heavy strike. Psi intensity plus 20% and restore HP by 200% of Psi intensity. Kukri. It is not a weapon that you can craft, you can only get it as a drop. I got a few of them from the first boss in the Securement Silo Theta Pro. After many attempts. I wish you good luck in obtaining it. To be able to use the kukri efficiently, you need the Deviant Ice Pot. This will craft your sticky ice crystal. You can get Deviant Ice Pot from the Winterway scenario by doing Securement Silo PSI. This is how you use sticky ice crystals in combination with kukri. After you do this, you have attack plus 30% and critical rate plus 15% for 10 seconds, and this is perfect for when you start a fight. Now Cradle Nodes, Anti-Phase, Rapid Aid, Tactical Combo, Tactical Leap, Deadly Combo, Bounce Rampage, Marked Strike, Deviant Energy Defense. The gear setup: 2 pieces of Lone Wolf, 3 pieces of Renegade, and the key piece Sharp Blade Pants. The effect received from gear sets are: from Lone Wolf, magazine capacity bonus 10% and critical rate 5%. Effects from the Renegade set: reload speed 15%, weak spot damage 10%, and hitting an enemy consecutively grants 1 stack of Archer's Focus, increasing weak spot damage by 4% up to 10 stacks. This means 40% more weak spot damage at full stacks. And Archer's Focus stacks are halved when the target is changed. Another choice for armor would be 2 pieces of Lone Wolf and 3 pieces of Treacherous set. With this setup you will take out more damage, at the cost of play with very low sanity. Now let's move on to the mods. On Brahminy we use multi-bounce with bounce suffix. In the attributes look for bounce critical damage or bounce weak spot damage. On the secondary weapon, vulnerability amplifier. Suffix or attributes are not important here. On Helmeth, precise strike with lunar suffix. If you don't like playing with low HP, you can use violent suffix. Mask, precision bounce with bounce suffix. Try to have us attribute, bounce critical damage or bounce weak spot damage. Top armor, enduring shield with lunar suffix. But if you don't like playing low HP, look for the violent suffix. Pants, 3 strikes with violent suffix. Gloves, critical boost with violent suffix. Shoes, covered advance with violent suffix. I recommend Lone Wolf's Whisper as a combat deviant. Recommended food: crumbly bread or mixed fried hot dog. Recommended drink: Stardust mushroom soup. And don't forget the Wim buffs. That's all. If you liked the guide, hit like and subscribe for more content. And if you need a specific guide about this game, leave a comment, and I will try to make that guide as soon as possible. Wish you the best, and see you in the next guide.